Hello everyone. Soundwave here, back for episode 3? It's either 3 or 4, don't matter, of What If Izuku Midoriya was a super tactical droid. Let's get into it. Instead of, we're gonna say like next day, after the obliteration of the 0-pointers. Izuku is in the principal's office playing chess. And for once, Izuku feels like he is genuinely about to pop a fucking gasket. However, he knows he'll get better. He knows the longer he fights these games against Nezu, he'll get better. This is the seventh fucking, it is the 7th time that a draw has been done. And this is the funnest shit Nezu has ever done. At this point, they're playing on 4 separate chess tables. Timers are out, they're like ready. So it's been going on for like a hot minute. And during the game, they would just be casually talking. And Nezu would ask a question. Do you have a less than lethal parameter for your laser weaponry? Izuku would nod and say yes. Nezu would then ask and see, would the commando droids be ready and willing to help train our first years? Izuku would ponder this and say, yes, that would be the most logical, wouldn't it? At least I hold heroes to a standard, and I would be mildly terrified if they did not hold up to the standard properly. Nezu would give a nod and say, well then, we will put these games on pause, and in the next 2 hours, since it is lunch, I need you to get all of the commando droids at Field Gamma? Training Field Gamma, yes. I will also be watching this display from my office. You will be sent the lesson. As Izuku is walking through the halls, alarms would blare. as unknowing to him, the front gate would be disintegrated. And the school would be put on lockdown. For all intents and purposes, essentially to gather everyone. And Izuku decides, instead of following protocol, because they don't have any rules for a robot, I'm gonna try to see what the fuck is happening. And he's walking past, and he's walking pretty fast, which then goes into a light jog. By the way, his version of a light jog is a run for most people. And then he just sees this hooded guy just enter a room. Izuku then begins recording and running through breach and clear scenarios. His footsteps would be killed down to a whisper. Izuku would pull out a pistol that fits neatly in his chest compartment. Instead of looking in, he does something pretty simple, because there is a window into the room. What he does is he proceeds to just stand in front of it, gun pointing, because he realized, oh, this is a fairly small room. This is a fairly straight filing room. And he just walks out, pulls his gun out. Meanwhile, Shigaraki, essentially, he holding his thumb out and away from everything else, just fingering through files, seeing Class 1As, he starts to pull it out, and then he just gets shot in the fucking shoulder, and it burns. Now, Shigaraki has been shot before. So what he does first is wave his hands in that direction. No one opened the door. Izuku is still on the other side. And he's just not firing once. He's emptying the fucking clip. Because once this man turns to him, he's like, nah, he's not allowed here. Like 4 shots later, a black mist would appear under his feet and have Shigaraki fall in. Now, I'm going to say where those shots hit. The other 4 shots. Izuku was being lethal. Like, he didn't really care about this person's survival rate. So as soon as this happened, he swapped his vision to infrared. He opens the door, and he looks at the still open drawer, looking at the contents. And he sees one that is hotter than the others. Class 1A Heroic Course. Schedule. And he takes it, he shuts it, and he just begins walking to Nezu's office. Just holding a file and a smoking gun. Just not really giving a shit. When he gets to Nezu's office, Small Might is there, because they just got back from the gate itself, as well as Aizawa. Now, Izuku doesn't really give a fuck about, knocking. So he just opens the door and says, "Principal, there was an intruder on grounds. I shot him about 5 times, and he disappeared in a black mist." Also, he was looking at these. Now, I'm going to say Eraserhead is also in the room. So, Eraser knows what his class's files look like. And he says, "Wait, hold up, you shot someone. Are they still there?" "No, they disappeared in black mist." Eraserhead would give a annoyed groan. Izuku would then say, "Do not worry, I would be surprised if they were stupid enough to be a problem. Given the fact that he was shot 5 times, 4 of them being in his stomach and chest region, the other one being in his left arm. It is safe to say I would be very surprised if he lives." And everyone just kind of looked at him for a minute. And he was like, "I don't know what the hell you guys are looking at." What was that last part? Eraserhead would say, almost double checking because of the sound of the voice. Izuku would then repeat what he said prior. "I'd be surprised if he is still alive, for all intents and purposes." After all, the best way for me to say this without sounding like a complete dumbass, I'm pretty sure I shot him in his lower and large intestine. Pretty, a fair bit. I want to say I probably hit both. One twice, and I shot him in his sternum. Wait, no, technically, hold on, reviewing the footage, I hit him in his shoulder, which for me is classified as the arm, so my apologies. I hit him twice in the arm and twice in the stomach region. To be honest, I'm more surprised that he was able to survive and be, okay with the first shot. Because I hit him directly on the shoulder joint. I'm terrified that he was able to move that arm, let alone that he didn't pass out because of the pain. I believe we are dealing with someone that is, for better words, a glutton for punishment. I do not know if you plan on doing anything off campus, but as a tactical unit, I would say that would be an oversight and overconfident, given the fact what has happened today. The only reason I was able to find this is because he was either thumbing through it or putting them back. Regardless, that had the most heat on it. And I don't believe Aizawa is lazy. Actually, no, he would not say Aizawa. He would say, I would not believe Eraser to be lazy. Meanwhile, the class got let out early. Hatsum got called to pick up Izuku. And Izuku was told not to tell Mei what happened. And quite frankly, he finds that stupid because he's making sure she has weaponry for the next ongoing couple of weeks. Because, man, he wasn't wearing anything to cover himself. And all he needs to say is, who made the robot? The person with pink hair and crosshairs for eyes. Seemingly overactive when it comes down to engineering. That's Mei Hatsum. So, yeah. Not a lot of information that you need to pinpoint who you need to murder. When Mei gets told this, Izuku just says, I am going to be expecting you to wear your backpack at all times. Mother. Because now you will have 2 buzz droids. Ready and rearing. If those buzz droids are activated, they will notify me and all of the others, which I have made so far. And they will tear ass to you. Are we understood? Good. Now, if you would excuse me, Mother, I have to run simulations. I'm going to be plugging myself back into the computer so I could run them more efficiently and at a higher speed. That's what Izuku does. For that early afternoon, late night, and then morning, that's all he's doing. That's it. That's the only thing he is doing. So, Izuku, for all intensive purposes, is just kind of sitting there running simulations of what he could have did better. Sure, a headshot would have been more preferable on the target. However, he didn't believe that a teleportation quirk would be viable in that situation. It would be illogical, at least for Izuku's standpoint. Why the hell didn't he just teleport into the location? Why do you have to burn the fucking front door off? Even if it was a distraction. But, since today is today, I'm going to let this be a shorter one. Because it's a birthday boy's day today. That's me. But yeah, no. Hope all y'all have a good one. All that good shit. But yeah, later.